Hi, Adelaide. How are you?
Good.
Good. What'd you do today?
I did my schoolwork and I went to help my mom with some teacher appreciation gifts.
Oh, fun. That's so thoughtful of you guys. What did you give them?
Today we have like little to-go boxes that we decorated with masks and googly eyes and we put gift cards inside them.
Oh, I love it. But you said today, so are you doing multiple or is this like a one time?
Yeah, we do one every day.
Whatever. That's so sweet of you. I'm so proud of you for that. That's awesome. I'm sure your teachers will love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you know, my name's Mrs. Cole, and I'm a student at Creighton, and I'm learning to become a school counselor. So, for this conversation, I am going to videotape it, but the purpose of that video is just for my teacher to watch so they can give me some feedback. Is that all right?
Yep.
Cool. Thanks. I also need to chat with you a little bit before we get started about confidentiality. Do you remember last time we talked? Do you remember what that means?
Yes.
Okay, so just to kind of re-review, confidentiality is that whatever you say here stays here. But in the event that you were to talk about harming yourself or harming someone else, that is something that I would have to notify someone about just because your safety is a top priority for me. So if you're good with that, I'm also going to discuss a little bit about the process and what today's going to look like before we get started. So we'll talk for about 15-20 minutes and I'm going to ask you some questions. Some of those might be a little tough to answer, but just do your best. And throughout this process, I will be taking some notes. And then at the end, since I have your contact information, I will go ahead and send that to you. It'll just be a little summary of what we talked about. And then I would encourage you to do the same as well. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So how can I help you out today?
Um, my sisters really annoy me a lot since I started home with them, and I get angry at them a lot.
Okay. So can you explain that a little bit? So what's going on?
Sometimes they insult me or I insult them, and then we have a large argument.
Okay. So you do recognize that you play a part in it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what difference would that make for you? Like
About what?
like you said that, sometimes you get angry and sometimes she gets angry. So if this were to quit, what difference would that make for you? Like, how is this a problem?
Then we'd probably spend more time together because I
Mm,
wouldn't be angry at her.
all right.
Yeah.
So an overall goal is we just want to make sure we're not getting angry at our sister so we can spend more time together, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if tonight you went to bed and a miracle happened, and when you woke up, this whole problem was solved. So you and your sister were getting along super well. What would be the first sign that would tell you that that happened? Like, what would you be doing differently?
Um, I wouldn't, she wouldn't like do something that annoyed me and then I'd get really angry at her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what would you specifically be doing differently?
Probably taking a second to like just taking a little bit to calm down so that I don't get upset with her.
Yeah, that's a great idea. What else?
Not insulting her.
Not insulting her. Okay, go into that a little bit. What's that look like?
Mm, Not calling her stupid. We do that a
Okay.
lot.
Okay, so not calling her names.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really proud of you for recognizing, your involvement and coming up with a couple ideas. Who do you think, so I know you're at home, right? So you're with your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you think your parents would react or how would they notice the change in you? And how would they respond if you guys were to, if you were to not insult her or not call her names?
Uh, my mom would be glad because she doesn't like that I'm always getting angry.
Yeah. Okay. So your mom's kind of involved.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, she just doesn't want me to be angry a lot because she likes it better when I'm not angry. But
Yeah. What
yeah,
about your sister? I'm forgetting. How old is your sister older or younger?
I have two sisters. They're both older. One of them
Older.
is a freshman in college, so she's home from college, and the other one is a junior in high school.
Okay. Okay. A little bit older. But your mom
Yeah.
would be glad if you guys got along a little bit better.
Yes.
So how do you think you would respond to her in return? So if your mom was glad about it, how do you think you would respond?
I'd be happy that she's happy,
Okay.
but I like it when she is happy. Yeah.
Oh, good. So you seem to care about your
Yeah.
mom a lot. Like you care about what she thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what else do you think would be different in this miracle? So, can you think of any other ideas that would be different if this miracle occurred? Like anything else you would be doing differently?
Um, just probably spending more time with my sisters because a lot of the time my sisters spend time with each other since they're closer to each other's age.
Okay.
So we'd probably spend more time as the three of us.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing, you want to be included, right? Like they spend time together, but you want to hang out with them too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about when this has already happened. So, when this miracle has already occurred, that you are spending time together, you are getting along. Tell me about some of those times.
Uh, yeah, then we just kind of hang out together and
Okay.
I don't get angry at them for doing stuff that like annoys me or for hanging out with each other and not spending time with me. Yeah.
What kind of things do you like to do together?
Usually the main thing we do is just like watch a TV show that we
Okay.
have together. So, yeah, or we just kind of sit next to each other and do our own things, but still spend time together
still
because
spend
we're
time.
by each other.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about what are some of the things that cause you to maybe feel frustrated or feel annoyed?
Um, Probably just because they spend a lot of like when they're spending time together and not and just kind of excluding me.
Okay. So really your goal would be that you want to hang out with them more. Like you want to be included, you want to
Yeah.
hang out more. Have you tried
Yeah.
talking to them about that yet?
Yeah.
How does that
Yeah.
go?
They try because they love me, but we
Yeah.
also have our issues.
Awesome. Okay. So how were in the past, so when you did have this success and you were hanging out together a little bit more, watching shows or just kind of being with each other, how were you able to make this happen?
Usually like at the end of the day when we're all done with our stuff, then we all just we all happen to just go downstairs into the same room, and so we're just like, let's watch our show and spend time together now.
Okay. Can you think of any other like specific times that that's happened? Where so what kind of causes you to be able to go in the room with them? Do they invite you?
Usually just once I'm done with everything that I want to do
Okay.
that day, then I go do nothing downstairs, hoping that they'll also come downstairs.
Okay. So putting yourself in the presence of them.
Yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not hanging out at all, never seeing them, being angry all the time, and 10 being, wow, we're so close, best friends, we hang out a lot. Where would you say you're at today?
Probably at like a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me how you were able to get to a 7, because that seems pretty good.
Yeah, because when we went out to deliver the stuff to the teachers, we all went together and we talked with each other a bit.
Okay.
And yeah, we don't usually do that, so.
Oh, yay. So you were able to go out and do an activity together and kind of catch up.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So what about when you're, say, at an 8, when you're one number higher, what would that look like for you?
Um, Probably, well, I got angry at them earlier because I don't remember why, but I got angry at them earlier, so probably if I didn't get angry at them.
Okay. Okay, so not getting angry. Can you think of
Yeah.
anything else? Like, what would you guys be doing?
Um, well, it hasn't gone to the time where we usually watch our show together, but
Okay.
probably if we watched our show together. Yeah.
What show do you like to watch?
Oh, we watch Merlin. It's a Netflix show. It's really weird.
And it's Merlin, you said?
Yeah, it's based off of like the legend of King Arthur and Merlin.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Me and Austin are looking for a good show too. I'll look into that for sure.
I like it. It's a good show.
That's awesome. Okay, so just to summarize a bit, it sounds like kind of from the beginning, you were talking about how want to spend more time together with your sisters. And your part in that is you don't want to feel so angry with them, right?
Yeah.
So, what will you do? Like, so with this goal of like wanting to hang out with your sisters more, wanting to not get angry with them, what will you do if like something gets in the way of that goal? How could you get around that?
Probably talk to them. Usually when I get angry with them, I try and like count to 10, but I'm not very good at doing that. So,
That's awesome. Who did you come up with that yourself to count to 10?
yeah, I just know that's the thing a lot of people do is just count to 10 so you can cool down.
Yeah.
But I usually get angry and then I'm like, I don't want to count to 10 because I just want to be angry at them.
Okay. But you've seen that work for you in the past, huh? So like when you
Yeah.
take a break,
Yeah.
count to 10, that's helped.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's an awesome goal. How have you seen that help in the past? So can you describe a situation where that's worked?
Sometimes I'm in my room doing something and my mom is like, because my parents' bedrooms, theirs is on the first floor and where my bedroom is upstairs. So my mom's usually like yelling my name and I'm yelling back at her, but she doesn't hear me, so she keeps yelling her name and gets angry at me. So then sometimes since I'm in my room, I'll count to 10 and that helps me cool down and not be angry that she like isn't hearing me or is just like ignoring me sometimes. Yeah.
Good. Adelaide, I'm so proud of you for that. That's awesome that you've recognized that counting to 10 helps you take a breather and then it provides you the opportunity to respond more effectively. How can you think of any other things that you've done differently that's helped you? So I know you mentioned count to 10, but is there anything else?
Um, Usually I just kind of like just try and go in my room and like not be by them because I know that
Okay.
it'll make me more angry. So I just take some time to like do something else and cool down.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's totally understandable. So it sounds like I said, to summarize a little bit, it sounds like what we're really wanting is, some more quality time with your sisters, right? That they're now living in the same household with you and you'd like to spend some more time with them. And that your goal is to not get so angry with them and not maybe get upset. Instead, take a little breather so that you're able to respond to them more effectively, right?
Yeah. Like we do spend a lot of time together, but
Okay.
it just annoys me because they spend more time with each other than they would spend with me. So like even though we do stuff together, it just kind of annoys me when they like get together and spend time with each other and don't include me.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. So you're already spending time with them, but it makes you feel a little hurt when they're spending time without you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, is there anything else that I would need to know about this to help you further? Like, is there anything else you can think about?
Not really. They have like their rooms are next to each other. They have like the Jack and Jill bedroom where their bathroom
Okay.
is in between them. and I have like a room all across the hall, so that's kind of contributed, I think, to them spending more time with each other, because we've had these rooms like for 6 years like this, so they've always like gone into each other's room instead of coming over my room, so I usually have to go to them.
Okay, so that's a good point, right? So you made a comment that you have to take the initiative to go to them sometimes, right? Since your room is kind of far away.
Yeah.
So that would be something as well. So not only can we count to 10, maybe take a break sometimes to calm ourselves, but we can go to their rooms and ask them to hang out, or we can take the initiative to do that. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take a tiny bit just to summarize and write that message, like I said in the beginning. And then if you wouldn't mind also like pondering about what we talked about, and then maybe in like a minute, we can come back and regroup. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just a second. All right, I'm all set. Are you?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So Adelaide, and like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'll send this to you as well, so you have a copy. But I just want to let you know that I am so proud of you for recognizing from the beginning of this entire session that you have a part to play in the relationships with your sisters, and that you've also expressed three different things that you can do to achieve your goal, such as taking a break, being counting to 10, as well as going across the hall to their room to spend more time, because you want to control your anger a bit with them and spend more quality time together. I would encourage you, before the next time we talk, to just spend some time maybe talking to them about your goal and being honest with them in how you feel and that you want to spend more quality time together. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Is there anything else you want to share?
Thank you.
You're so
Yeah,
welcome.
this is good.
You're so welcome. Well, thank you so much for your time again, and I'll talk to you again really soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.